Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation exercises for the class of 2017 here at Lundholm Gymnasium on the campus of the University of New Hampshire. We've been doing graduation over here at UNH for quite a few years now. We started here at Lundholm. We have been across the street at the Whittemore Center. We were noting as we came in, the Whittemore Center is larger, more seats, a lot cooler, but it is really nice to have the families and friends of the graduates right around us. It really feels like we're all celebrating together. We ask that you please remain standing for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Before the members of the chorus perform the Alma Mater, we want to take this opportunity to recognize some students who will be, upon graduation, entering the military. That would include Jennifer Dunn, Wilson Wardano, Gage McIntosh, Esteban Carabello, Rebecca Hughes, River Banbridge, Cameron Ferry, Keegan Jones, and Douglas Chesh.
Stand tall like the mountains behind you, shoulders against the sky. Stand proud like the pines all around you, holding your head up high. Stand strong like the mills of the city, stalwart against storm and strife. Ahead of you the road leads on, forward to new life. Stay true like the blue of the river, rushing to meet the bay. Look up to the stars overhead, they'll always point the way. Remember those who have taught you, their wisdom is flame to your light. Oh, alma mater, Dover High School, hail the green and white. Oh, hail the green and white.
Great job. Yep. What's that? Good evening, families and friends, distinguished guests, and most importantly, members of the class of 2017. The yearbook this year was aptly named Make Your Mark. And since you entered the doors of Dover High School in the fall of 2013, the class of 2017 has certainly made its mark. Academically, in the classroom, showcasing your musical, theatrical, and athletic talents on stages and fields and in gymnasiums, as well as through your service to your classmates, school, and community, the class of 2017 has made its mark as a collective group sitting in front of us as one green wave. Individually, you have made your mark as well. Many students have been rightly recognized for a wide array of accomplishments during their time at Dover High. Tonight, the one accomplishment you will all share and will be recognized for is the right to walk across the stage and receive your diploma. It's a good time for applause. That journey has been different for each individual, and two valuable lessons can be learned as you hear your classmates' names read and watch them enjoy their moment in the limelight. First, we cannot truly know all the detail of each graduate's journey, even of those of our closest friends. By recognizing that we do not have that knowledge, we eliminate the temptation to be judgmental. No one's journey has always been smooth and without challenges. That is life. It is impossible to know, but we have graduates who have suffered great loss, who have dealt with health issues, and who have had social and emotional struggles. At the same time, we have graduates who provide for and are the bulwark of their families, who have conquered classes that challenge their abilities and have overcome obstacles known only to them. Second, we must endeavor to respond when we recognize a person may need help and learn the details of their story. I've seen many examples of when you recognize a classmate who may be in need and took the time to learn their story. You reached out on a personal level and brought in other classmates, adults, and resources to get them the help they needed. As you live your busy lives, Please take time to look for and recognize people whose story needs to be learned and provide them with empathy, hope, and assistance. I thank Mr. Ed Garrity, who spoke many times at the Dover Middle School, with impressing upon me the importance of learning a person's story. You always knew when he was in town. For the next few weeks, every time you would stop at an intersection, you would see kids randomly smiling and waving at people, because that was what Mr. Garrity asked people to do. It was a response to his plea to go out on a daily basis and make it your business to brighten at least one person's day. It is through informal and formal service to others that we make our mark. As well as committing to helping other people, help yourself by never being in sole possession of a problem. This advice was given to me by Dr. Arbor and has helped me navigate difficult issues and work with others to find solutions. In 1999, the year many of you were born, a song was released by Baz Luhrmann during graduation season entitled "Everybody's Free." You don't recognize that. You would recognize it as "To Wear Sunscreen" or the Sunscreen song. It was based on an article written by the Chicago Tribune's Mary Schmeck in 1997 and became simply known as the Sunscreen song. It begins with the lyrics, "Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2007, wear sunscreen." He was referring to the class of 2007. "If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proven by scientists." I can attest to the accuracy of that statement and share that sentiment. The rest of the advice given in the song is anecdotal and based on the author's experience, but includes examples that support not being alone with a problem. He wisely suggests that you get to know your parents well. They were still the first people I turned to with a problem and were unselfishly helping me until the day they died. It notes that you should be nice to your siblings, which in my case is a lot of work based simply on the number. He is correct when he states that your best link to your past and the ones most likely to stick with you in the future are your siblings. My life and my children's lives have been greatly aided and enriched by the love and support of my siblings. He accurately conveys the fact that friends come and go, but a precious few we should hold on to. I can attest to the fact that you can always count on the loyalty of your closest friends. Your parents, your siblings, your close friends, those are the people who will shoulder that problem with you. And if your relationship with any of them is suffering, be the one who fixes it. You and I have shouldered problems together and learned from one another. When you entered the building, I was a first-year principal. You are the first class with which I have spent 4 years. You'll never know how much I've learned from you and hope to continue to learn from you in the future as you make your mark in the world. As I offer you my personal and Dover High School's congratulations and best wishes, please remember to always endeavor to recognize and help those in need and to seek help when you need it. And by the way, remember to wear your sunscreen. That way you won't be wearing a hat like I wear every day. Thank you. You'll now hear from your class advisor, Mrs. Jennifer Parson.
Does it move? I'm not as tall as Mr. Driscoll, but in my fantasy life I am. Good evening and welcome to friends, family, faculty, and most importantly to the class of 2017. This is a joyous moment in the lives of many. Let's take a moment to acknowledge how many people are here that love and support this graduating class. Give it up. And you give it back to them. When I was invited to speak at tonight's ceremony, I accepted, thinking to myself that it would be a piece of cake to create an impressive and memorable speech, as I am a storyteller at heart and quite comfortable speaking in rooms filled with people. Not this many people, but there is no essay. So I dove into my research, reading many different versions of commencement speeches, viewing examples online, watching TED Talks, looking for the muse that would lead me to my own version of wit and wisdom. But guess what? This became the most difficult piece of writing for me, for I felt that everything had already been said in more creative ways by more influential people, so naturally I found myself without a voice, without a muse, without much of anything. The silence was deafening, and the deadline of tonight was looming, growing closer, closer. I don't know if that's familiar to any of you folks, but until I realized that the process of writing the speech is similar to the process of the hero's quest. A template that I use frequently in my classes. A journey a character undertakes that transforms them in the process. Until I thought about how graduating from high school was a similar journey for many of my students who might not see themselves as heroes, but are in so many ways. What defines a hero? This is something we explore in my classes, looking at the physical and emotional aspects that usually create a heroic image. Really good hair is usually mentioned, along with an amazing physical shape, a unique yet easily identifiable costume or cape. Superpowers may or may not be part of the package, and heroes tend to do good deeds or help society in a positive manner, usually with a sidekick or a team. Once we move past the obvious heroes from popular culture and real life, we start to look deeper into what makes up a heroic person. And having really good hair no longer matters. We look into what matters most and who tends to have the ability to be a hero. I have met many students in this graduating class that are heroes. In fact, every member of the class of 2017 has the potential to be a hero to themselves or to others. This is what I would like you all to reflect on as you get ready to leave the familiar, ordinary world. All heroes must leave home. All heroes venture forward and discover their true calling in life. Some of you have already realized what you are passionate about and are heading out with a clear path to follow. Others of you are not so sure what lies ahead, and I stand here to let you know that it is okay to not be sure, to wonder, to ponder. That is also part of the hero's quest, to venture forward and discover who you are. As this new version of your life, your quest unfolds, you might find yourself refusing the call to adventure, and that is okay too. When you are ready to heed the call, you will answer it. I myself took a gap year between high school and college. Truth be told, it was a 3-year gap year, and I learned a lot about myself in that time. When I was ready, I signed up for college courses at my local community college and explored what I wanted to be when I grew up. I explored a lot. It was at community college that I learned how to learn and where I began to focus on a possible career. Along your way, you will meet mentors, seasoned travelers of the world who will give you training, advice, or tools to help you on your quest. Take them. Take them all and use them wisely. In time, you yourself will become a mentor. Learn from yours. When you are ready, you will cross that threshold, leaving your ordinary world behind. Today, you are on that threshold, and the path is unfolding in front of you. You are about to embark on the biggest adventure of them all, your own life. Know that you will make friends. You will discover allies. You will be tested, sometimes in ways you cannot foresee. I took 5 years to obtain my 2-year degree. Because life happens. Eventually, after another 12-year gap, I returned to school and met several mentors in the form of my professors right here at UNH, and finally found the focus I needed to become the teacher I had dreamt of being. You will discover who you are. That is the glorious process that is the human experience. It may take time, as it did in my case, but you will find your passion. At the end of the quest, the hero returns home with the elixir that is their reward for the journey. My elixir remains the time I get to spend in the classroom with you, exploring what life is about through literature and experience. Your elixirs is yours to discover, to explore, and to own. In many ways, Achilles was correct when he told his Myrmidons to look to the beaches of Troy as their immortality, theirs to take. What your version of immortality is already here. You are the class of 2017. Go out and add to it. Lastly, I would like to end with quotes from a couple of my beloved authors. From J.R.R. Tolkien. Home is behind, the world is ahead, and not all who wander are lost. From L. Frank Baum. The heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. Thank you for filling my heart with such love. Go out and fill yours.
Our first student speaker will be the president of the class of 2017, Cal Carver.
Good evening. Thank you. I had some difficulty writing this speech for tonight. For someone who has so much to say, I know that may come as a bit of a shock, but I said to myself back in January, when I knew I would be writing this, I'll just write what I know. And sitting here in June, I realized that I don't know much. I don't know what's next for all of you, and I don't know really what's next for myself. But I see 288 individual identities, ambitions, and successes. And so it would be unfair for me to try to guess or even articulate what's next for all of you. It's not for me to decide. It's for you to figure out. But what I can offer you is a mindset that has helped me along the way in my own journey to success, however you choose to define that. So I brought with me my favorite book, a piece of literature that everybody needs to own. So I'm going to read a quote now from it. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Page 31. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer, he gives you what you ask. But once you've set the wages, why, you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed. that any wage I had asked of life would have willingly paid. I should have read that for poetry out loud. But what I like about this quote is that it really has nothing to do with money or material things. The entire book actually has nothing to do with being rich in money, but rich in what you learn along the way on your journey to success, however you choose to define that. What the quote comes down to really is the individual and how he chooses to view himself, how he chooses to think about what he can achieve. A lot of you, many of you, say, I can't. And when you say I can't, you're right that you can't. I think that was Liv Carey's senior quote or something. Henry Ford. But it's an excuse. We hear a lot of excuses for why you can't do something. But there's no stipulations to being successful. What you think you can achieve, you will achieve. Success is first cultivated in here and in here, because you are your greatest asset and you're also your greatest obstacle. One day you will all find something that you're passionate about. Some of you already have. You'll find something that consumes you and that you want to achieve so badly. And you'll find all of this to be true when you do. And when you find something that you're passionate about, nothing else will matter, and that's okay. You're allowed to prioritize your ambitions. There are times in life when you need to put others' needs above your own, but on your path to success, that's not one of them. Achieving your goals is a journey in itself, and I promise that it will liberate you. It will allow you to be yourself, extending you the ability to look beyond the judgments of others, to ignore what others have to say. Everyone's an expert. Remember that. Everyone will have something to say. On your definite path to success, the noise of others' opinions should be listened with discerning ears. There are times when you'll need to ignore completely what others think is best for you, but there are times when you'll need to listen. This will also free you of passing judgments of your own. Your journey to success doesn't start now. It may have already begun. It may have not begun. It may not even be on your radar. Success starts when you're ready to acknowledge your potential, and ready to ask of life whatever you want, and work for it. There's no value to anything that you have if you did not earn it. And when you work hard, you earn it. To achieve is to be brave. You have to make sacrifices and be willing to stand up for yourself. A journey to your dreams is a learning experience of self-confidence. It gives you the ability to question conventional norms and builds your character. The worst thing that you can do is deny yourself the opportunity out of fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of what others might think. Many of us say that we want things, fortune, fame, to do good deeds, power, but oftentimes we deny ourselves the opportunity to achieve these things because it comes at the cost of charting new territories and venturing away from a familiar life. You may fail sometimes. Hopefully, make mistakes sometimes. And oftentimes we fail because the route in which we chose to take was just not meant to be. And I hate the quote, "It was just not meant to be." I see it as an excuse. But really all it is just an opportunity to take a different approach. It doesn't mean that your opportunity for success is lost just because it didn't work out the first time. You owe it to yourself to try again. Excuse me. I've learned that your greatest failures are often your greatest successes. And it takes a lot. There really isn't a word to describe it well enough. How difficult it is to follow your passion. These are personal aspirations we're talking about. It's emotional, and it should be. But you owe it to yourself to work for what you want. It's an incredible educational experience. It will be the greatest life experience because there's no option that you won't explore. You'll go to the ends of the earth to have what you want, when you want it, when you're ready. And I want that for all of you, to learn what it truly means to be alive. It's not something you can learn until you fully want it. But when you do, you need to go after it, and you need to take the challenges and embrace them, knowing that your efforts will be rewarded. I can promise you one thing: to accomplish your greatest aspirations will be the most difficult journey of your life, but it will be your life. So don't forget to enjoy it, and don't forget to live it. Oh, I'm not done. One last thing. Ultimately, success comes down to the individual, and there's 288 of them sitting in front of me. And I wish you all the best of luck in whatever's next for you. And thank you.
The next speaker will be the class vice president, Sarah Glidden. Sorry, Sarah.
Also not as tall as Mr. Driscoll. Good evening, friends, family, faculty in the class of 2017. I am honored to speak to all of you in this outrageously warm setting. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a huge procrastinator. I knew I was speaking tonight in mid-October. I knew I wanted to give a killer speech that was funny, inspirational, and kept the audience engaged. This was all fine and good until I sat down to write it. It was like I forgot every word in the English dictionary. I asked my mom, past teachers, and basically anyone who would listen to me what I should talk about. They all said variations of the same things. Number 1, don't be cliche. Number 2, doesn't matter what you say as long as you read it with conviction. And number 3, just don't make it boring. Well, thanks for all the help, guys. I then consulted Pinterest, as one does, and read probably 200 inspirational quotes, touching sentiments, and terrible attempts at humor. Once again, I was back to the drawing board. I decided to put my speech on the back burner for a while and focus on things like picking a college. University of Montana, by the way. Go Grizz. Thank you. Then I looked at the calendar. There was no other explanation but time travel. Somehow, 6 months had passed, and graduation was less than 2 months away. I started to panic, like how I usually do when I remember a project or a paper is due in approximately 10 hours. I wrote a very funny speech, no inspiration to be found. I threw it away as soon as I finished it. I then wrote another, all inspiration, 0 traces of humor. That one joined its sibling in the trash. I wrote another and thought it was great. I got excited and brought it into school to have a trusted teacher read it. He was not a fan. I reread it and agreed with him. The problem was I still had 0 clue what I wanted to talk about. I'm only 18, and I've lived in Dover the entire duration of that time. I didn't and still don't have any worldly advice. I only know things that seem to work for me. I aired these thoughts to my brother, who said, then write about what works for you. They might work for others too. So, with that backstory behind us, I give you my 17 tips to life. Number 1, debatably the most important one, trust your instincts. No one knows you better than yourself, remember that. Number 2, be honest, both with yourself and with others. Everyone who knows me knows I am not one to hold my tongue or sugarcoat anything. We all need someone like that in our lives to honestly tell us whether or not you should buy that shirt or if that selfie is truly Instagram worthy. Number 3, if you find something you're passionate about, completely throw yourself into it. Unless it's like robbing banks, then don't do that. Number 4, keep secrets. In other words, be a trustworthy person. Number 5, watch TV shows like The Office and Parks and Recreation. That one is self-explanatory. Number 6, say I love you to people while you can. Life is fleeting and you don't want to regret missed opportunities. Number 7, don't sleep the day away. Wake up early, before sunrise, and enjoy the quiet. Number 8, now I read this somewhere, so don't think I'm some great philosopher, but you end up being the average of who you spend your life with. That being said, surround yourself with positive people and you'll become a positive person. Number 9, don't waste time on people who don't care about you. Your time is precious, don't let it go to waste. Number 10, stand up for what you believe in. Go to rallies, marches, protests, and meet other like-minded people. Number 11, read books. This tip may not be for everyone, but I promise you books are in the top 10 best things on earth. Number 12, drink water. I'm really bad at this one. I wish I wasn't, but I am. It's good for your skin and overall health, so it's probably something we should all do. Number 13, take pictures. Take pictures of your friends, take pictures of your food, take pictures of events or times you don't want to forget. Don't share all of them, keep some things to yourself. Number 14, tell people when they have food in their teeth, their fly is down, or anything else that can be easily fixed. Number 15, it's okay to not know what you're doing. I've come to learn that most adults also have zero clue what they're doing, so I'm reasonably sure we'll all figure it out at some point. Number 16, be spontaneous. Your friend texts you at 2 a.m. and wants to go for a drive, do it. You get the opportunity to go skydiving, jump. Don't get trapped in monotony, live in the now. And finally, number 17, live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. The world was created for you to explore it. Opportunities are made for you to get. You are alive to go out and make an impact on the world. Make sure it's a good one. So class of 2017, go out into the great unknown and have the time of your life. The best is yet to come. Thank you and good night.
The next speaker is the salutatorian of the class of 2017, Samantha Cachadorian.
All right. I just learned how to say salutatorian, so bear with me. When I first heard that the salutatorian had to speak at graduation, my first thought was, thank goodness that's not me. 2 seconds later, they told me I was salutatorian, and that's when I started believing in karma. As I dreaded this moment, I turned to a website that's helped me with a lot of my school problems over these years, Yahoo Answers. And I looked up, why does the salutatorian have to make a speech? I got 3 responses. 1, there's literally no point. 2, it's the school's final dig at the person who wasn't good enough to be valedictorian. And 3, to offer closure and advice to a bunch of people who aren't really listening. So here's some sage advice that I've learned from my harrowing 4 years at Dover High. First, do not put yourself in a bubble. Y'all know the iconic cafeteria scene in Mean Girls? If you don't, what basically happens is a new girl walks into a lunchroom, and at each table is a designated clique. There are the promiscuous band members, the different kinds of nerds, the plastics, et cetera, et cetera. And while some of these categories may be exaggerated, and some not, you know who you are, the depiction is not so far off. As seniors, we've gotten comfortable in the groups we joined freshman year. We know where to meet in the morning, we know where to sit at lunch, we know who to look for in class. And little by little, we got comfortable in that bubble, that clique. But that bubble is unrealistic. We are about to embark on a very bubble-less journey, and that's a really good thing. Because when you limit yourself to one group of people, you miss out on a lot of good. You lose out on insights and perspectives you would never consider, arguments that rack your brain, people who are unbelievably weird in the absolute best way. And sometimes in that bubble, you get stuck with people who don't make you the best person you can be. Do not get me wrong, it's not easy to pop your bubble and fall into uncertainty. Your bubble is safe and comfortable and shiny, and it makes you feel as if you have a place to belong. But wouldn't it be epic if you could belong anywhere, in any bubble? Wow, this bubble metaphor is really getting played out. Anyway, uncertainty is scary, there's no doubting that, but it is also the best path to opportunity. As Margaret Drabble says, when nothing is sure, everything is possible. This is our chance to take initiative in becoming who we really want to be, to not be a bystander in our own lives. Don't just admire your glittering waves of possibility, dive in, take the plunge, because when you come up for air, you're gonna be a new person. This is our clean slate. Which brings me to my next point, and this one is a little cheesy, bear with me, this is a graduation speech after all. You can literally do anything or be anyone you want. That sounds like an exaggeration, but it's not. We all know, loud child to hormonal teen to senile parent, that sometimes it feels like the world is personally persecuting us. That no matter what we do, the universe is going to throw some sort of screw in our plan. For example, I think I speak for the rest of the senior class when I say we had a plan to be able to use the bathrooms peacefully during our last year of school. But after what, 5, 6 bomb threats? Plan got messed up. We had to sign our names 3 times to use the bathroom. Once on a pass, once on the class sign-out sheet, and once on the bathroom sign-in sheet. My last name has 14 letters. But you know what? That happens. And we always have the choice to make a difference in our lives. I chose to become Sam Ka instead of Samantha Cachadorian for half of the year. And class of 2017, if we can put up with not only the constant signing out to relieve ourselves, really small toilets, as well as the fact that in a very short time after we leave, a new, pretty, magnificent school with most likely pristine bathrooms will be erected, then we can do anything. My last piece of advice is also pretty cliche. Live in the moment. We live in a world now where our first instinct when we experience a truly wonderful instant is to take a picture, filter, and then put it out so that people can see our awesomeness. Parents, don't pretend you don't do it. Enough of you have friended me on Facebook for me to know the truth. Technology seems to be overtaking every aspect of our lives, old and new. For those of us going to college, if you follow your class on social media, I'm sure you've seen the roommate search pages where people post their best pictures, and they put a short blurb with them, like, I love to eat, watch TV, and sleep. And then you scroll through the comments and you see a list of people saying, OMG, same, we need to be roommates right now. Like, criminals also probably like to eat, watch TV, and sleep. That doesn't tell me anything. But anyway, the time we spend posting, scrolling, liking pictures of people living their lives is time we waste not living our own. Sure, you spend a few minutes doing that each day, but those minutes add up, and before you know it, 1/8 of your life has been dedicated to a screen. 1/8 you could have spent laughing with your friends, palling with your parents, dancing at night in the middle of the street. Driving safely with your seatbelt on, listening to TED Talks. So today, after you take all your cute pictures, before you start posting on social media, take a few minutes to enjoy the moments you're taking pictures to remember. Find the friends you spent 4 years loving, or the people you've spent 4 years not loving, and just take a second to cherish the foundation you earned in a building that won't be here in 2 years. As for the closure piece of this speech, do we really need it? Yes, we're leaving. Yes, our high school will be gone, but it won't really. The memories we made, the knowledge we learned, the time we spent, and the molding that shaped us, that's all going to be carried with us. Our high school experience is not over just because we're leaving. That's not something you can just forget and leave behind, like me at age 5 at Walmart, Dad. Just gotta get that in. Let me just thank the people who have truly made these past 4 years special. Thank you to Abby, Abrita, and Lena for being the best and weirdest friends a girl could ever hope for, and for helping me get through this speech. Y'all taught me to always believe in people, and most importantly, to always believe in myself. Thank you to my parents for always encouraging me to be my best and for giving me an environment that made education a priority when I'm not at Walmart. You guys are my pillars without whom I could not stand. And to my Aunt Lucy, who passed last Saturday, wherever you are, your warmth and endurance is unforgettably engraved in my heart, and I hope one day to be to someone what you were to me. Thank you to the school faculty for helping Dover not be quite the madhouse it could have been. Thank you to the teachers for inspiring their students to want to learn more. Mr. Little, Mrs. Hall, you the real homies. Magistra, I'm going to attempt Latin here, so bear with me. Tibi gratias algo pro erudicione mihi audentis fortuna juvat. And thank you, class of 2017. The most important lessons that will actually be relevant to the rest of my life, I've learned from you. Thank you for getting through these past 4 years with me. That wasn't like High School Musical at all, was it?
The final student address will be given by the class valedictorian, Eric Little.
Good evening. My name is Eric Little, and I'm here to speak for the class of 2017. Graduates, parents, faculty, and staff, good evening, and congratulations to the Dover High School class of 2017. Thank you for allowing me to speak today, though I am quite certain you will soon regret it. Now, there have been many wise and great individuals throughout history, many of whom are quite quotable. With that in mind, I would like to start with a quote by the philosopher, prophet, and rapper Kanye West. In his song, Only One, he sings, "No, you're not perfect, but you're not your mistakes." Now, I know that Kanye doesn't really mix with an event celebrating the success of education, but that's my message for you today. No, you're not perfect, but you're not your mistakes. As graduates of Dover High School, we must now take on the world. It means no more living with our parents, finding ourselves a job, and begging our parents to take us back when we can't find a job. Most importantly, graduating means using our educations for the betterment of our communities and our lives. This fairly average guy, who you may have heard before, Albert Einstein, once said, "The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery every day." In the past 4 years, we have not necessarily been taught what to think, but how to think. We have been taught not to blindly follow, but to make our own path. So while we may never need to know what the mitochondria does or find the derivative of 4x squared ever again, the experiences and lessons we learned while at Dover High School are the true measures of our high school education. By the way, the answer is the powerhouse of the cell and 8x. So in my brief 18 years of living, if there is one thing I have learned, it's to dream, to dare, and to never be afraid of taking risks. My main man, Harry Truman, once said, "Men make history and not the other way around." In periods where there is no leadership, society stands still. Progress occurs when courageous, skillful leaders seize the opportunity to change things for the better. And that, my fellow graduates, is precisely what we need to do. When our founding fathers established the nation of freedom, we dared. When we as Americans settled the frontier, we dared. When J. Cole dropped an album that went not gold, but platinum, with no features, we dared. our success has always been a result of our daring. So what I'd like to finish with today is not to forget what our education has given us. We have all been given the tools to do whatever we choose in life. Whether you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, a plumber, or electrician, you go and do that. If you want to sit on the couch, eating your chicken tendies, watching Netflix, you do that too. But you can't do that forever. Someday we'll all have to tackle the world. But whatever you choose, it will be the right choice for you. No, you're not perfect, but you're not your mistakes. So, my fellow graduates, in the wise words of Post Malone, we dreamed it all since we were young. They said we wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations, and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. Thank you and congratulations.
I want to thank everyone who spoke this evening. Now we're going to get down to the business of the evening. Diplomas. Diplomas this evening will be presented by Amanda Russell, Chair of the School Board. Yeah, Mom. Karen Weston, Mayor of the City of Dover, and Dr. Elaine Arbor, Superintendent of Schools.
That's correct. Yep. Abby? There we go. We're waiting on that. Cal Douglas Carver. It's all right. Ready? Cal Douglas Carver.
Sarah Catherine Glidden. Samantha Zu Kachadorian. Eric E. Little. Congratulations. Veronica Carolyn Scherer. Congratulations. Mackenzie Noel Stewart. Congratulations. Jamila Amani Crook. Congratulations. Yefta Albert. Congratulations, Beth. Beverly A. Allen. Giovanni Luis Phillips Ango. Congratulations. Tessa Lynn Ansteth. Summer Bushing. Megan Elizabeth Ash. River L. Bainbridge. Congratulations. Meredith Julia Baker. Congratulations. You did it. Kiara Luis Batch. Thomas Michael Bain. Sawyer Banley Bill. Congratulations. Miles J. Bennett. Congratulations, I'm well. Allison May Benson. Congratulations. Joshua D. Barubi. Congratulations. Ayalu N. Bennett. Brittany L. Bonovich. Natalie Elizabeth Boros. Congratulations. Michaela Elise Boyer. Congratulations. Alexander M. Breen. Congratulations. Natalie Jane Cardabona. Congratulations. Brandon Dean Carter. Congratulations. Caitlin Rose Brillard. Congratulations. Abrielle Diane Brownell. Congratulations. Sydney Lorraine Brunzel. Congratulations. Nia N. Bunch. Congratulations. Maxwell Lachlan Bird. Congratulations. Audrey Elizabeth Cannon. Congratulations. Esteban Andres Caraballo. Congratulations. Olivia Nicoletta Carey. Congratulations. Kimberly Ann Carmichael. Cassie V. Carper. Cole Matthew Carter. Congratulations. Hannah Marie Cassidy.
Congratulations.
Allison M. Castle.
Congratulations.
Olivia K. Shagnon.
Congratulations.
Sabrina Chan.
Congratulations.
Dylan James Chassie.
Congratulations, Norman.
Norman Chenard. Alex M. Chesley.
Congratulations.
Cyan Chan.
How you doing, buddy? Congratulations.
Casey Marie Klickner. Bryn M. Coleman. Nina Marie Collins.
Congratulations, man.
Nicholas C. DeAndrea.
Congratulations.
Hannah Lee Delisle.
Congratulations.
Haley Marie Demers.
Congratulations.
Isabel Delilah DeMambro.
Congratulations.
Emily Madison Dione.
Congratulations.
Emma S. Dodier.
Congratulations.
Adam M. Doyle.
Congratulations.
Marcus Allen Dumas.
Congratulations.
Destiny Ashley Marie Duncan.
Congratulations.
Jennifer May Dunn.
Congratulations.
Mitchell N. Durabano.
Congratulations.
Kelsey Grace Dustin. Stephen M. Constas.
Congratulations.
Rebecca J. Cook. Eliza Summer Caraccio.
I'll do the best I can.
Teresa Mary Carenti.
Congratulations.
Caleb H. Corvo.
Congratulations.
Garrick Michael Kraft.
Congratulations.
MJ Esperanza Dahlberg.
Congratulations.
Chad Vincent DeMelio. Taya B. Forbes. Tajaya B. Forbes. Jesse D. Fraze. Joshua R. Fredericks.
Congratulations.
Ashley M. Dye.
Congratulations.
Connor Dykins.
Congratulations.
Caroline Mary Eason.
Congratulations.
Catherine D. Edwards.
Congratulations.
Eric Gunnar Evans.
Congratulations.
Kiara Jasmine Fay.
Congratulations.
Alexander Joseph Farron.
Congratulations, Cameron.
Cameron Joseph Francisco Ferry.
Congratulations.
Taylor Jewel Fields.
Congratulations.
J. Casper Fitzgerald.
Congratulations.
Luke C. Fletcher Jr.
Congratulations.
Tyler M. Goodwin.
Congratulations.
Leah A. French.
Congratulations.
Janelle Sidney Fritz.
Congratulations.
Aaron Kylie Frost.
Congratulations.
Oscar Navarro Garcia. Sienna M. Garcia.
Congratulations.
Alexandria Nicole Gatlin. Kyla W. Giebers. William Douglas Hatch.
Congratulations.
Riley J. Hebert.
Congratulations.
Nicholas Paul Hendrickson.
Congratulations.
Tucker V. Hensel.
Congratulations.
Joshua David Hoffner.
Congratulations.
Christiana Luis Gramenos.
Congratulations.
Mackenzie K. Greer.
Congratulations.
Megan Elizabeth Gunter.
Congratulations.
Natalie Bella Hafez.
Congratulations.
Dylan L. Haig. Gabrielle Charlotte Hanson.
Congratulations, Paul.
Griffin Brock Hanson.
Congratulations.
Alexis R. Harden.
Congratulations.
Felicia M. L. Harrington.
Congratulations.
Anthony C. Harris.
Congratulations.
Erin Elizabeth Hopkins Hartwell.
Congratulations.
Loviza Khan.
And congratulations.
Jessica E. Holderbaum.
Congratulations.
Olivia Ann Holt Shannon.
Congratulations.
Brittany May Hood.
Congratulations.
Rebecca Ann Hughes.
Congratulations.
Sydney Allison Hunt.
Congratulations.
Alina Imanivong.
Congratulations.
Xavier Thomas Jabre.
Congratulations, Rain.
Rain Ashley Jelly.
Congratulations.
Eric Michael Joe.
Congratulations. Good job, bud. Good job.
Angelica B. Johnson.
Congratulations.
Cameron H. Johnson.
Congratulations, Ken.
Aristotle James Downing Johnston.
Congratulations.
Jenna Rose Kleiman. Hannah Madeline Klingensmith.
Congratulations.
Kamana Korala.
Congratulations.
Abrita Kuthumi.
Congratulations.
Samantha Beth Lessert.
Congratulations.
Joshua Aaron Landry.
Congratulations.
Joshua Corey Landry.
Congratulations.
Alexander Valentine Lane.
Congratulations.
Madison Paige LaPierre.
Congratulations.
Jacob Christopher Michael LaPointe.
Congratulations.
Heather L. Launchbury.
Congratulations.
Nicole P. Johnstone.
Congratulations.
Jason Jonathan.
Congratulations.
Avery Lee Jones.
Congratulations.
Keegan D. Jones.
Congratulations. That's right.
Peter T. Karambatsis.
Congratulations. Attaboy.
Nicholas J. Kelly.
Congratulations.
Alexis G. Cohane.
Congratulations.
Gage A. McIntosh.
Congratulations.
David A. Maglaris.
Congratulations, sweetie. Step right up there.
Serena Lydia Mahoney.
Congratulations.
Ryan Mai.
Congratulations.
Ethan Michael Lawrence.
Congratulations.
Colby J. LeConte.
Congratulations.
Ariana Leah Leggett.
Congratulations.
Hugo J. Lepine.
Congratulations.
Lauren Elizabeth Lassard.
Hello, congratulations.
Lydia Jean Latorno.
Congratulations.
Cassandra N. Levesque.
Congratulations. Longville Nodson.
Jordan Rose Longville Knutson.
Congratulations. I'll unfold it. There we go.
Anna Christine Luce.
Congratulations.
Jenna Elizabeth Ludwig.
Congratulations.
Jennifer S. Lee.
Congratulations. How are you, Cassie?
Cassie Raylan Moss.
Congratulations.
Michaela Nicole Marafiotti.
Congratulations.
Ashley M. Marino. Susan E. Mastriani. Philip Michael Matejek.
Congratulations.
Cameron Jane McCarthy Bennett. Caitlin Angela McDonald. Zachary Thomas McDonough.
Congratulations.
Alexandra Renee Murray.
Congratulations, Frank.
Tyler M. Muskovitz.
Congratulations.
Andrew Tyler Nash.
Congratulations.
Erin Elizabeth Nash. Julianne M. Nason.
Congratulations.
Nathaniel R. McGann.
Congratulations.
Michaela Natasha McManus.
Congratulations.
Alyssa R. Marone.
Congratulations, Frank.
Zach A. Mohammed.
Congratulations.
Kutera J. Moreland.
Congratulations.
Caitlin Willette Morrison.
Congratulations.
Nicholas D. Morginus.
Congratulations.
Taylor B. Muse. Megan Elizabeth Mundy. Avery Adams Munoz.
Congratulations.
Christopher James Murphy.
Congratulations.
Harrison E. Ordway.
Congratulations.
Divyams, Nepal. Brooke Elise Nevins. Brendan M. Nichols. Jasmine Corey Hope Knock.
Congratulations.
Brent Samuel Okresick.
Congratulations.
Benjamin John O'Malley.
Congratulations.
Shannon Riley O'Neill.
Congratulations.
Tyler J. Peneskovic.
Congratulations.
Evan M. Pentasuglia.
Congratulations.
Damon S. Perkins.
Congratulations.
Lydia V. Perry.
Congratulations. Yes, it is.
Celis Olivia Pierce.
Congratulations, Dad.
Akbar Hussein Palevi.
Congratulations.
Caleb A. Palmer.
Congratulations.
Troy Panetta.
Congratulations, man.
Vincenzo A. Panetta.
Congratulations, man.
Egan Joseph Paletti.
Congratulations.
Shaylee Lynn Marie Parker. Cody A. Parker. Randall J. Parker.
You bet.
Lillian Esther Parsant.
Parents.
Mark Christian Paulo. Lucas W. Pelchat. Levi H. Poland. Kayla Marie Potter. Maria Lee Monet Powell. Holly Ellen Prue.
Congratulations, Frank. Whoop. You okay?
Frank Purvis Fuentes.
Congratulations, bud.
Ryan Z. Perdabaugh.
I know what it is.
Hannah D. Kitagwa.
Congratulations.
Jesse B. Rothery.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Alanis Rose Roy.
Congratulations. Renella.
Riley Lucas Ranala.
Congratulations. You ready?
Addison Rose Russell.
Thank you. And congratulations to you.
It's okay, Mom. Catherine Lee Pelletier. Benjamin William Ranieri.
Congratulations.
Wadad J. Ramey. Sophie Nicole Rancourt.
Congratulations.
Abhirami Ravichandran.
Congratulations.
Alyssa Jeanette Reed.
Nice job, buddy.
Bryce William Riley.
Congratulations.
Joanna A. Ruicki.
Roche.
Paige Anna Marie Roach.
Congratulations.
Marjorie L. Robbins.
Okay, good.
Patrick Roberts.
Congratulations, Billy.
Dylan Avery Russell.
Congratulations.
Franchi Arlena Santana.
Congratulations, my friend.
Holly B. Scammon.
Congratulations.
Kiana Lynn Schaefer.
Congratulations.
Ashley M. Scott.
Congratulations.
Nicholas D. Schloth Martinez.
Congratulations.
Matthew D. Schomer.
Congratulations.
Sasha B. Stanley.
Congratulations.
Jennifer Lee Stevens.
Congratulations.
Colby William Stewart. Brandon John Stoller.
Congratulations.
Madison R. Studley.
Congratulations.
Samantha Nicole Severance.
Congratulations. Subtly.
Bradley Sterling Settley.
Congratulations, Brad.
Brendan William Shaughnessy.
Congratulations.
Andrew Charles Scheckler. Abigail Moretta Dewey Siagian. Justin Leo Skipper.
Congratulations.
Rose Marion Jane Smart.
Congratulations.
Nicholas Allen Smith.
Congratulations.
Olivia Ann Smith.
Congratulations.
Priscilla Majesty Somba.
Congratulations. You bet.
Hunter E. St. Jean. Jessica Mary Christine Stiles.
Congratulations.
Yeski Filia Tande Jaja. Douglas James Tesh. Christian T. Toll. Rebecca E. Trojan.
Congratulations, Miss Washington. You bet.
Hannah M. Wasserman.
Congratulations, Miss Washington.
Brianna L. Welch.
Congratulations.
Philip Daniel Weitzel.
Wentworth. The third.
Adam Daniel Wentworth.
Congratulations.
Connor C. Wilderman.
Congratulations, son.
Connor Fickett Wiley.
Congratulations, Nick.
Nicholas V. Stacy.
Congratulations.
Brendan A. Turco.
Congratulations.
Catherine Ariana Turner.
Congratulations.
Addison Grace Twiddle.
You bet. You bet.
Cameron Allen Tuttle.
Matthew. No problem. Matthew will.
Matthew Will.
Congratulations, Zoe.
Zoe S. Valancourt.
Congratulations. It's okay.
Michael R. Van Aken.
It's okay. Tara, right? Tara.
Tara L. Vance.
Congratulations.
Allison Elizabeth Walsh.
Congratulations.
Jake Anson Walters.
Congratulations.
Emily Ann Walton.
Congratulations, Mr. Ward.
Nathan P. Ward.
Congratulations.
Wilson Wisnu Wardana.
Congratulations.
Alec Robert Willett.
Congratulations.
Stephen Lawrence Wood. Jordan Nicole Woodman. Brian Ray Woolley. Griffin Michael Young.
Congratulations.
Abigail B. Ecker.
Congratulations.
William Emerson Tower IV. Congratulations to the class of 2017.
No, you can stay right there. Yep. Class of 2017, congratulations. Yeah. Before I have Cal come up to do the flipping of the tassel right to left to signify that you're officially graduates, I just want to take a minute to thank you for the incredible class and decorum that you showed during the graduation. Thank you very much. I'd just like to let people in the back of the gym know that we will be processing right out the middle, so in a couple seconds it's going to have to be like the Red Sea in the back there. Thank you. And without further ado, your class president.
Okay, we're gonna flip it now. Congratulations.